Greetings, this is PragerU and I'm your host, Paul the producer. Welcome, people. One more time, like the other day. Smelling my hands. I smelled the smell of two things on them. Do you know what they are? One is that I had an orange for lunch again, and the orange peel stinks. Why is the orange part so good, but the orange peel smells like nasty? And also, doing the dishes, wiping out the pan where I scrubbed out the fried egg debris. Why does that still smell on my hands? Because I washed them with soap, like vigorously, when I was done. Why? Why does it smell like that still? I need better soap. I need to wear plastic gloves when I cook. Or something, right? What a life. I got a good night's sleep last night. And that always contributes to me being more even in my mood, like not bouncing all over the place. It's very helpful. And the second I woke up this morning and I was like, oh, a good night of sleep. That was like the first thing I said to myself. Just totally delighted when I get a good night of sleep. So I took that opportunity to get up and do an exercise routine, which was, it's always uplifting. Like I noticed a couple days ago when the same thing happened. I got relatively good sleep. I got up, exercised. I feel this boost in my head, how good it is for me. And so I'm grateful whenever I get a good night of sleep and I get up and work out. I'm grateful for both of those things, that I have the quality of life and health to be able to get up and do that. I feel it boosting me right now. And so then I did reading. I read more of Rollo Tomasi's fourth book on religion. And it's brilliant. It couldn't have been more poignant and relevant to my own personal life. In certain ways, I don't even feel like I can get into because there's a little something going on, but it was just really good. I do have things to say about it that I'm sure will come out eventually in the course of me responding to some of his videos online, which I really enjoy doing. Like I could imagine for how asinine I act sometimes, people in his realm of success, they would watch me and be like, what a jackass. And then if they watch enough, they'll also get the other side where there's something profound, I think, that I touch on once in a while. I like to clown around and I like to be serious. There's no doubt about that. And I'm almost through this book. I just have 10 more pages of this book. And I was thinking about maybe finishing it today. In fact, on the prospect of reading, I was thinking to myself how I have this giant stack of books I want to read. I have a couple other books I need to finish too. And I'm always thinking to myself, I wish I could just read and comprehend and absorb more quickly. But the way that it imprints on me better, the concepts that I'm reading, not just in short-term memory where I read it and I forget it, but really it adds to the layers of intellectual depth that I have in life. It's like I have to take it slow. So after I worked out this morning, I meditated. It was the first time I did that in a while, and for today, it was a success. I would say for those 15 to 20 minutes that I was doing it, it was the most clear-headed my mind has been in probably months, because things have been bothering me and I haven't bothered doing this. And I have a pretty good habit of meditating over the years. I've meditated super many hours over many years, a lot. And I just clear my head out and I get in a relaxed state of mind. And then when that really works well afterwards, when I read, it's I'm so calm that I'm not only listening and focusing very well on what I'm reading, but I absorb it. I remember it. I get through it. Lately, I've been so emotional on occasion that when I sat down to try and read, my head was scatterbrained all over the place. The interesting thing about reading Rollo today was that the sense in which it was relevant to me stirred me up a little bit, but it was in a way where I was loving what I was reading. So that's how I feel about that. I am looking forward to doing this show today. I was looking forward to it yesterday, and I even considered last night firing everything up and going through this list of things I have, but I was like, no. Let's just Let's not burn ourselves out. Let's enjoy the evening. And I actually enjoy the evening. I prepared several things for my taxes to be given to my accountant on Wednesday. So it wasn't and that's not exactly stressful because I have a routine. I know all the things I have to do. I just have to go through the motions and do it. I have some of the most exceptionally organized tax records and paperwork. And this is something I'm kind of like knowing that my dad's business needs is a filing system, and it'll cause me a lot of less stress once we have that. Oh my gosh, let me just see if this is going to happen here. I might need to sneeze. Let's see if this happens. I lost it. Shit, that was so close. That was so close to a full-on sneeze. Was going to celebrate that. Is it coming back? Sort of. I'll just keep going. We'll try to do this. If it comes back, I don't know. Yeah, that was good. I'm not sick. That was just one of those really great orgasmic moments. I'm wide awake now. You know what I mean? I'm not sick. I'm not sneezing because I'm sick. It was just like sneezing time. And so I looked into these lights a little bit doing that. I'm wondering sometimes I'm getting in front of these lights for a long period of time, at least 3 days a week. And I'm wondering if it is interfering with my sleep because these LED fucking lights that I'm not a big fan of, they put out a lot of what is called blue light. And that's what this is supposed to filter. I got a special blue light filter in my glasses. I don't know that it works or that it does. Most of the TVs in here are also LED. I have a plasma in the other room that emits LED. And I learned there's this new type of television, the OLED, this newer technology. They cost $5,000 to get an 85-inch television that's an OLED. And what I read was it has a significantly smaller amount of blue light. And so I want that. I want that in my life because I spend a lot of time in front of the TV. So I'm like, someday the price might come down and someday I'll be in a position where I'm probably going to put an 85-inch in the other room. I only have a 65-inch that I watch. But if I get a bigger one, I want to get that bigger one in the new technology so that I'm not looking at blue light all day and that it's not screwing up my sleeping patterns. Because I'm staring at screen so much every day that I wonder if it has screwed me up sometimes. Sometimes I wonder if the problems I have with my eyesight is because I've been looking at the cell phone for all these years. But anyway, I'm just going on and on. I feel like talking. Feels like natural, like it's pouring out. And if you're bored, I don't need you. And I always say it. I'll keep repeating it. I'm not here to be Mr. I'm not here to cater to the short attention span. If you're here, kudos to you because sometimes I want to be more funny. I want to have the long form and I want to cultivate your focus and your attention span by being compelling, helping you focus on something that's interesting, which is what I'm doing. I think it's interesting to me. So yeah, if you need something that is shorter, hasta la vista, baby. That's the way I feel. Now I'm going to move into these things, okay? I have, okay, this is just one of the weirdest things I found online. This is what we'll start out with here. Okay, so I'm going to move this over here. Hold on. I want to do it like this. Just one moment. Excuse me. Got to do things the right way. You know what I mean? It's the way I want to do it. So I go to this, like this. And now I open this up and I move it over here for you like that. That's the order, the sequence that I like. I don't like that to be there because I like you to see copy who before I slide that over. And I like to have the sound effect. It's all about perfection to me. Perfected for no one watching. By the way, just on a short note, I keep thinking to myself how I imagine this is already built into YouTube's algorithm that every single word I say, the sentences, the phrases, they're already categorizing who I am politically, what I stand for, what I believe in. And in so doing, they are just like not letting me squeak out in the algorithm. Unless I put up something short and retarded, I don't get any viewership here. Because I actually make people think. I actually care about the truth. I'm a critical thinker. I like that thing. And that thing called critical thinking, you know, And I do feel that in my real life, I'm being persecuted to the point of where I'm being pathologized for thinking the way that I think. And that's craziness to me. I know I'm not crazy, okay? I know not hunky dory being totally enlightened, but I'd rather be enlightened than ignorant and happy. And that's tough, depending on what you're reckoning with in life. Ignorance may be bliss, but is it really, as my dad once asked, quality happiness? I think not, my good people. I'm in a pretty good mood right now because, like I said, I got the night of sleep. I feel like my mood is even. Things aren't disrupting the shit out of me. Stupid things, specifically unjust things. I'm in just a good state of mind to be doing this right now. So maybe with luck, that balance that I have will somehow transcend to you right now. Maybe I can share that with you, okay? But let's go back to this. This is really interesting. You know what this fucking is? It is really interesting, okay? So this is a meme that says Doug Emhoff, Doug Emhoff is the husband, the first gentleman, I don't like that phrase, married to Kamala Harris, the vice president, and Jill Biden at the State of the Union Address 2023. And so if you're like, what are you talking about? These two kissing like that. Well, let's go to this next slide here, and I'll show you, shall we? There we are. Okay, I can't have that song because the copyright will diss. Okay, so let's watch that again. What the fuck with the president's wife and the vice president's husband kissing on the motherfucking lips like that? What the fuck? In what world is that normal or appropriate? Okay? Like, it's not a matter of you're adults and you can do what you want. It's like, I don't know what's going on here. Honestly, let's see. Okay, so here's another meme. Biden after seeing Kamala's husband kiss Jill. And so this is Will Smith saying, keep my wife's tongue out your fucking mouth. And so we understand that. And this is not Jada sitting next to him here. I thought she was sitting, or was she like a few chairs away at that moment or something? Oh, the things that last forever when you embarrass yourself on media. Don't I know? And this is Mike Tyson, obviously, with these two little, photoshopped into his hands of those two kissing right there. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Where am I in Twilight Zone world where this is happening with these two? That doesn't make any sense. Does that make any sense to anyone? Is that just one of the weird things they do to distract people with, something really strange happening? That's really strange that happened. I don't have an explanation other than they're trying to play games with us or something. Like, why would you do that? Don't you know? You do know that if you do that, people are going to come and they're going to say something about it. And I don't get it. I have no explanation. My explanation is that these villains are doing strange things to distract us from the true villainy going on. It's a sleight of hand. So when you see the president's wife kissing the husband of the vice president on the lips, it's like, oh, you're just trying to distract us with something that doesn't make any sense, which is like the way they function, I think, government these days and stuff. So here we go back. And once again, I want to go like this in a certain order. And we're back over here and we come over like this, right? Okay. And we have some then and now because you guys know, if you've been watching, I love then and now. I love looking at people in the past and now. And okay, so this is Demi Moore. Let's just take a nice long look at Demi Moore, okay? She looks extraordinary on the left. I think she could have been even more beautiful if she had long hair. Like if she had on the left long hair like she has on the right, she would be stunning out of this world. And on the right, this particular picture, she looks pretty good. 2017, that would be 6 years ago. I bet you she's not quite as held up as she is on the right there now. And I don't know what I have to say about her. I do happen to think that she's been in certain roles where she's an exceptional actress. And married to Bruce Willis, that's a little weird. I don't know why. I think that's a little weird. I don't know why that guy, I like him, and yet sometimes I think Bruce Willis is a troublemaker, but maybe I'm wrong. Oh, okay. This one's cool too, because to me, Halle Berry is a beauty, young and old. All right, and she's not even quite old yet. I would just say that you're seasoned there, and she has the womanliness on the right to make her even more appealing to me on the right than on the left. For some reason, I'm more attracted to the lady on the right than I am the younger woman on the left, and I think she's an exceptional actress. One of the things I say about actresses all the time, I've said it about Julia Roberts. I've said it about who the heck was I thinking? Courtney Cox. That these actresses, and what's her name here included. I just said her name, so how could I forget her name? I just said her name 1 moment ago. It'll come back to me. She's a great actress. Hold on. And she makes me feel sympathy when she acts. When she's definitely playing a role where she's sad, I definitely feel that realness, and it makes me sympathetic of her. Some actresses do that, and I'm like, dude, I don't like you. I get a feeling off of you of phoniness, and I don't like it. It's almost like personal to me, and I recognize the narcissism in that. But it's like it's like a work of art. You know, you see a work of art, you have an emotional reaction. So when someone is portraying an emotion as a work of art, and the artist creating the movie or the story intends for a certain response, then you want it to be that response. I get that appropriate response. Where sympathy is the desired response, this woman can pull it off. Halle Berry is her name. I knew it would come flowing right back into my head. She's a beauty. I like her. And she's great at being an actress. I can't speak to her personally in real life, whether she's shallow or cool, but on the screen in the right role, she's a very lovable, she can play a very lovable character. I'm sure she can play an annoying bitch too. Who can't? I don't remember this lady's name, but this is a good one because wish I could tell you her name because I'm very familiar with her face. This is obviously like 7 years ago, so there's going to be some change here, but it's significant seeing the 20 years pass between the left and the right here. And to be honest with you, so it's like, which one am I attracted to more? The older one. And it took me getting old in my own mind to like change. When I was younger, I was inclined to be more attracted to the young women who are my contemporaries as opposed to older women. But now that I'm older, I recognize this is not something I even saw or perceived when I was younger, that when women get older, some of them, the blessed ones, like the blessed men, they age in a graceful way where you actually become more distinguished in your beauty. And it becomes more like beauty in womanhood as opposed to being like a very young, immature girl. So all I can do is gush over the beauty of this lady as she's gotten older. Now, I'm not saying she's not beautiful or attractive on the left here. Don't get me wrong at all. Like she most definitely is. But I just love the way she's gotten more distinguished looking as she's gotten older. That's gorgeous, lady. You, if you had the right personality, you're the kind of woman I want to stand next to. I don't know you, but I will make a comment about, okay, so there are 18 years that passed here. On the left, I don't like the hairstyle. I don't like the lighting. I don't like the lipstick. And these are not criticisms of her, like, because you can obviously see that she's a picturesque type of beauty. And I keep having to like confirm that I'm on the right screen here because I've made that mistake so many times in the past where I'm not. I am most definitely on the right screen now. On the right, the hairstyle is better. The color of the skin is better. Looks better smiling. She's gorgeous on the right. I have to be honest with you. Between left and right, the older lady on the right, I'm more attracted to the lady on the right. And I would love to stand next to you if you have the right personality, if you're a critical thinker, and you are not a Hollywood meat puppet. I don't know you, though. You want to hook up? Send me an email. Okay, uh-oh. You know why I'm laughing at this one? Because this lady, I'm not a big fan of this lady. In her roles or anything. I don't feel good about her. You know what I was just saying about the sympathy? There's no sympathy for this lady here. Although she played that monster role, character exceptionally good. It didn't instill what I would call sympathy for the character. Like she was a monster. She was a grotesque monster who became like an evil murderer, killing the guys who propositioned her as a prostitute. So she's a strange lady from I believe South Africa, right? And there's a weirdness about her personality. There's something I don't trust about this lady in real life and in her roles. She rubs me the wrong way. I don't like her. If you said, Paul, you're going to be the leading man and this is going to be your leading lady, I would be like, oh, fuck. That would be hard to pretend. You know, it would be much easier to pretend if you had like a pair. If it were me being an actor in a movie, right? Let me just say this. If I were the actor, the leading actor in the movie, and you put me up against her, I don't even remember her name. I should because she's very popular. Well, let's look up her name, shall we? I'm just going to look that up for you guys right now. Okay, so monster actor. Yes. Name. Okay, we're going to look up her name. I know other movies she's in. Okay, Charlize Theron. I don't dispute I'm not saying she's not a good actress. It's just that if you want me as the viewer to feel sympathy for her, don't pick this lady. But if I were the leading man playing her, I'm Seth Rogen to the Charlize pretending to be president of the United States. That's fucking hilarious plot. Okay. You want to be any less realistic? Seriously, I'm being silly. She doesn't do it for me. I was going to say that it would work much better for me to be a leading man with a woman who I sync with personally. And that woman who's with me should sync with me personally. And if you have that chemistry, it's going to like translate to the screen much better. There's no way I could pretend. They wouldn't cast me in a movie like this because I'd be like, no, I don't want to do it. Plus, I'm not doing that to get into any movie roles anytime soon in this fucking crazy world. I hope this shit turns around soon because it's psychotic. We need to dethrone these psychotics who want to control our bodies. Anyway, I digress big time, but it's so important and it's so relevant what I'm saying. None of this to pretend to be the leading man in front of Charlize Theron. Why don't I take part in a death ritual to be miserable in an acting role with you? That's why. Moving on. Okay, Charlize, I'm sorry. I'm not a big fan of yours. Okay? Seth Rogen can pretend to be into you, but I cannot. And it's not the talent difference. I think it's because he's a sellout too. Okay. All right. Yes. I keep doing that. I apologize. One of these days, it'll happen a lot less because I will have another way of monitoring what I'm doing. Okay. So this is Catherine Zeta-Jones, the wife of Michael Douglas. Interesting topic because I was just watching the movie. Just a couple days ago, I watched, what do you call it? Spartacus with Kirk Douglas, the father of Michael Douglas being the wife or the husband of Catherine Zeta-Jones here. And that was an amazing movie. And I kept looking at Michael Douglas and Kirk Douglas. Okay, hold on. Michael Douglas, Kirk Douglas comparison. Okay? And we're going to go over here and we're going to look at photos of those two. Because I'm just riveted and it's me going off script. Look how these guys look alike together to me, okay? I see a tremendous resemblance between these two. It's like amazing. Hold on. Am I on the right? Yes. I'm sorry. I keep doing that. One of these days we'll get it, people. So Michael Douglas and Kirk Douglas on the left here. They have so much similarity somewhere in the jaw and so I watched Spartacus, which was an amazing movie. I had never seen it before and I was like I finally hit play on it and I really enjoyed it quite a bit. So Michael Douglas is married to Catherine Zeta-Jones. Are they really one with one another? Because after all, she's not Catherine Douglas. She's Catherine Zeta-Jones. And so I think she's done some work on the right that's giving her a slightly unnatural look. And for me, so the passage of time, almost, 30 years, 27 years between these two photos, she looks extraordinary on the left, no doubt about it, a beautiful young woman. I feel like if she had aged naturally, I would be much more attracted to her here. I think she's probably 5 or 10 years older than I am, granted. But I mean, there's something unnatural in the lips and the, see that in the face there? It just doesn't jive right with me. What's the next one here? What's the last one? Oh, is her name Selma Hayek? Oh, no. It's not. I have to think of a movie this woman was in order for me to know. But okay, beautiful cutie pie young girl over here. But and never mind that I'm guessing in real life she has an atrocious ego. That's just, I mean, like, at least that's her reputation for that. I don't know. She makes me nervous in real life. But she does. She's a good actress. She plays roles where she's inherently believable a lot of times. I want to know her name. I can't think of a specific movie where I can look her up. So it's like, how do I look her up when there's no specific movie I can think of that she was in? Although I'm very familiar with her face. Gosh darn it. I know I'm doing that to you guys a lot. Whoa. What the heck happened here? Are you crazy? Hollywood Hotel. How did I get on that page? Back. Okay, here we go. Back over to What's Her Noodle. It's not Selma Hayek. Okay, we'll just go to this next one here. Oh man. Now, what's her name? I know her name. So we're gonna go to a movie. Okay, Gravity actress. Sandra Bullock, of course. All right. She really does look good in both of these pictures here. I think actually she's 10 years older than I am. And this was 3 years ago. And so this would be like 25 years difference between these two pictures. She was a gorgeous young cutie when she was younger, but once again, I find something more attractive in the woman on the right. The aged woman on the right. Oh, Kim Cattrall. Dear Lord. Okay, if any of you are curious to see Kim Cattrall extremely early on being super sexual, that is in the movie Porky's. Yes, check her out in the movie Porky's. So 1998, 2018, she's getting up there. She's quite an advanced lady, and she's gorgeous. I'm attracted more to the lady on the left, who's more like middle-aged than I am. This is like would be me dating way out of my age league. She's probably like 65, 70 years old. How old is Kim Cattrall? Are we not curious to know? How old is Kim Cattrall? How old is Kim Cattrall, spelled with a C. 66 years old, that's what I thought. She's a full 17 years older than I am, and that would have been great for me 20 years ago. More than 20 years ago. Between about 18 years old and up to 20 years ago, that would have been all fun for me. Yeah, okay, Kim Cattrall, lovely lady. Is that the last one here? I don't know you. And it's not, I don't feel comfortable with this one. Who are you? Who are you to be on my screen in front of me with the then and now? You're beautiful on the left. You're beautiful on the right. I think the neck on the right shows signs of aging. That might be, if you were to ask my advice, what can you do to improve your look? It would be to go and get that neck tightened up a little bit. Don't mess with the face. Your face is lovely. Love your face. Just get that neck improved right there. That line right there looks like you were just sleeping on a pillow for 5 hours and it's indented in you. Get it taken out now. Make it a remove. Now, I tell you, trust me, I know what I'm saying. You know I know what I'm saying, and you know I'm right. You know I'm right, and you know I'm right. So do it now. I'm in a goofy mood. The way I'm dealing with all these ladies. That was a fun then and now right now. And I had another then and now video planned, which I will set aside here for the next time I decide to do that and now. I'll just put it all the way down there and put it out of my... Okay, so what we're doing is we're going to something more familiar. I keep coming back to this show
There is no
lately.
equality. That is
Where is
very
the equality in the world?
Feminism is...
Okay, so this is a short clip of the guy on whatever again. Mr. Weird Sex Doll that he keeps around, and I'm not seeing it on here. He also likes to bring on the woke chicks with the colored hair. And I guess it's not fair to say that everyone who has freaky colored hair is woke. I don't think that's fair of me to say that. I'm just saying that as soon as I see freaky color hair, I'm thinking woke. And that may be me stereotyping unfairly. It may be me jumping to a conclusion unfairly. But you do it to yourself, honey bunch. You and your pink woke hair. And in a sec, we're going to get to see the face of this. This is like, what is it? Cousin It on the Addams Family, but with pink hair. Okay, let's see Brian the Weak handle these ladies here. I don't remember what happens in this clip. I reviewed it yesterday, and I was like, I want to talk about that, but I don't remember. Let's
trying
see.
to reach the equality of that.
Oh, my God. Stop. I just said that lady was woke. How could I forget that lady right there? Don't you say anything else, ladies. A couple of you are dressed. So here, you're like a clown. What's the shit on your nose? Oh, my God. She's like a walking red flag. And I realize it's all pink theme, okay? Pink hair, pink dress. Trouble right there. That lady. You, lady, are trouble. Oh, is it unfair of me to say you're trouble? She has the, what do they call those? The Cumbrella eyelashes. Those are way too long. Like, come on now. This is an example of going overboard and how you would do much better presenting yourself looks-wise if you went with less. This is not a cosplay event. This is not Halloween. But you're dressed like it's Halloween. Was this a holiday or something? And what's this girl wearing, for God's sake? This is some kind of cosplay outfit also, where you're acting like you're I don't know, a plus-size Playboy model astronaut. What the hell is that outfit? Okay, and of these women, okay, you look at these women, these are not top-tier top 10 women like they have on Fresh and Fit. And the one who looks freakiest over here, interesting, probably she has the best natural beauty, but she's making herself look, it's like you're a joke. I'm sorry to speak that way, but people, have self-respect for yourself. Maybe people would look at me in the way I do my style in life, with the shirts I wear, the way I dress at my age and stage. That's up for criticism with some people, but I don't care. Just like I'm sure you wouldn't care about what I think of you, but I'm not impressed by this group of women here. To me, the one that is least threatening is the one in the middle here, but let's see what she says. If she says anything I find objectionable. I haven't even gotten 3 seconds into this, and I've had so much to say about the image. It's just like talk. I feel like, okay, let's just be superficial here, okay? Let's judge without really knowing. I could be wrong about the things I will say right now. This one here seems to have judgmental eyes. She makes me nervous. The one here looks to be the most normal, like relatable. But as soon as she opens her mouth and says something, this one here makes me nervous too. It's like I don't know, those look like sad eyes to me. And these look like fake eyelashes, but they're not nearly as bad as the lady sitting to your left, my right, pink-haired cosplay chick lady here, and future bunny rabbit astronaut Playboy model in a spacesuit, okay? So silly. Now, prove me right or wrong right now. Careful what you say, because I'm going to be very critical of you right now. It's happening right now. Ding, ding. This is the beginning of me seeing if I'm correct when I perceive that you look like a duck or you quack like a duck, that you're actually a duck. Tell me now. Tell me now, ladies. Prove to me you're virtuous. I have a feeling that pink-haired lady's going to annoy me. I don't remember what this clip is about. Keep talking. Brian the Weak.
In the world, feminism
Equality?
is trying to reach the equality of that.
We're in LA. We are in.
We're in Santa Barbara, actually.
In the Western world,
Actually,
there's equality.
That's how you
between
know
men and
something.
women.
When someone says the word actually, they either say it like a normal person, they go actually, or they go actually. We're in Santa Barbara, actually. Okay, that accent is a tell. It's like all of California is Valley Girl now. Oh my God, totally bodacious, awesome. Let's continue, shall we?
Okay.
There's equality.
First of all,
Well, it's
No,
interesting
there's
that you
equality.
say that, but it's a
Didn't you
contradiction.
just say that men and women aren't equal like 10 minutes ago?
We're different.
Yeah, we're different.
Yeah. So here's
That doesn't mean equal. You even said yourself financially we're not equal in what we contribute. We're not equal in what we contribute domestically. Yeah. We're not equal in how we.
I wonder if they make stupid girls on this show, if they turn their mic down so that they echo off the walls and they annoy people more. Because you could kind of, if you have the big echo and you turn the mic down and you're getting picked up by the other mics, I'm telling you, that would cause you to sound more annoying when you don't have good audio. Your voice sounds annoying when there's the echo.
Relationships.
We're not equal in sex?
In sex?
Yes.
How can you say that we're equal?
We're equal in the sense of, okay, when people use the term equality, for example, a man has certain parts down there and a woman has certain parts down there. That's
Genitalia?
an inequality, yes. So in certain...
It's an inequality. It's physical difference. And so it's not... Equality has nothing to do with the physical differences. We're talking about an ideological equality, a moral equality. It has nothing to do with describing the equality of the way we look.
In regards, we are not equal, but oftentimes, most of the time when people are talking about equality, we're talking about something very...
Oh, equality. When you say T on the end, it's different. Equality is different from equality because of the way you're saying it with an accent. You're stressing the second equality. 4 fucking syllables in the word equality. That's an equality. 4 syllables. Jesus, what an annoying word that is.
Specific.
Brian the weak. Brian the unphilosophical. Brian without depth. Continue on.
So what are you talking about?
We're talking about rights and privileges.
Okay.
As we just had
And
a right.
so-
Women are paid
removed
72
from
cents
us.
to the
Yeah.
dollar.
Rights
Well,
and privilege.
the wage
At least
gap's
he's
been
getting that
debunked,
right.
but-
That it's not about like genitalia are not equal. It's like where are you even coming? Obviously, that's not the same thing. A nose is not an ear. That's like saying a nose is not an ear. And we're having a discussion about equality. And do you know that a nose is not equal to an ear? A nose smells things, an ear hears things, and they're just not the same. But they're morally equal. What? Would you rather lose your sense of smell or would you rather lose your hearing? Okay? The vital senses versus the more just like enjoy life senses. Smelling is enjoying life. Smelling, how much is smelling a survival instinct and how much is hearing a survival instinct? Boy, am I going way off the racetrack here. Let's come back here. Tell me more. Nonsense, Brian. Where's your sex doll today? Where is she? Come on. Put this guy in between those other girls on the other side of the table. Why do they always have the boys on the side to the left and the girls on the side to the right? Why do you do that, Brian?
We don't even have to get
We don't have to go into that. Okay.
But let's just talk about equality in the dating market. I'm saying like all of you girls, if you guys wanted to go out to the club, you guys are getting in for free, right?
No. Are you kidding? Not on a busy day.
No, yeah, not this group. If I owned a club and I had bouncers letting people in, I would give them graphs of like, okay, girls like this you don't let in. Especially the loud, obnoxious types, okay? And some of them are, you can tell that there are a lot of women on this show that put up more of a fight than the girls on Fresh and Fit who wind up being a lot more submissive in that environment. Do you know what I'm saying? Because they know they're around a man who's going to set them straight. Brian is not the man to set them straight. I'm not even saying I'm the man who's going to set them straight. If I'm in that environment, I might be more submissive because I'm not used to that environment. But then again, I might be a lunatic. Sometimes I'm just like, fuck it.
I literally just had to pay a copay or whatever. What is it
An
called?
entrance fee.
An entrance fee the other night last weekend.
Okay, I do think for me, the woman who's most attractive there is in the middle with the glasses. If she got rid of her glasses, she would be prettier than any of the girls sitting at this table, except for this cousin-it super woke chick here with the pink hair.
Can we suspend our disbelief for the sake of the argument?
Try to get the super chat.
I got a question for X. So this is gonna bring me back to the question I actually wanted to ask you earlier.
Okay, make it snappy.
In that regard,
Yeah,
to, like,
hurry
the
up.
dating field and how you asking if it's equal. In my experience with the different dating apps, you know, Hinge,
okay,
Tinder,
you know what they're doing? I'm going to go out on a limb here and I'm going to tell you something that these guys are doing. All the girls have a lower mic volume. And when you have a lower mic volume, I think they do that Howard Stern used to do this. I would hear people call in on the phone and he'd be like turning their volume down and talking over them. by lowering their mic volume, you diminish their ability to have a good argument. You're like not letting them be present as much. So what you're hearing the echo from is like other mics picking her up. Their mics are dramatically lower on this show. I'm serious. I'm making a very good observation here that they are lowering the mics on these girls so that they can't make their argument as effectively. Is that fair? Is that equitable? Look at the observations I make. 10 times the man is Brian the weak, and I don't have the women with me. But eventually, I could. I might just evolve that way. This is going to evolve to include other people here eventually. That's the plan. Attract them in. Like, oh yes, I want to be part of this. Good conversations. I like where he's coming from. I'm going to be a part of this, what he's doing.
And that there's a different energy amongst, like Tinder. People typically go to that more for hookups. Hinge, I feel it's more of a serious thing, and Bumble is kind of in the in between. What is your take on that?
All of them are for hookups.
Okay.
Like,
Well, yeah, ultimately, yeah. But I
Yeah.
feel like there's definitely like a.
That's impressive. When a girl uses the word ultimately, that's impressive. Now, you know what? You know what I just noticed? The way this girl is sitting now, with her arms behind her back, it looks like she's got black gloves and she's coming up and she's grabbing her own boobs from the top. That's just what that does for my eyes here. Did you know that? I'm not being sexist. That's just what I see there. I'm so bad. I'm so masculine for having seen what seems to be like they look like fingers right here. These look like fingers right there. We'll zoom in and I will show you again. These look like fingers reaching over the breasts and grabbing them. And she's sticking it out like she's sitting back in her chair, sticking it out like that. And so it just looks like that to me. What? What's going on here, dude? Play you.
When it comes to like Tinder, people are like, "Oh, I'm going to use that for like, like."
Look, what I tell guys is get off of Tinder, get off of Bumble, just go on Hinge. Like, if you maximize your profile on Hinge, like, you don't need the other apps.
What is Hinge?
You know what?
Hinge is a good one.
I actually think that
Is that a phone app? Hinge?
should
Let me write it down.
try
Gotta write it
to meet
down.
women in
I don't have
person
anything to
more.
write
I'm
on.
being honest.
Well, no.
I don't think dating apps are healthy. I don't think they benefit.
I
anybody.
agree with that.
Okay, she's
And
saying
I think
something
that
wise.
If you're
Okay.
seeking a personal connection,
The astronaut Playboy bunny is making good sense there. Like, if you recognize they're not healthy, then that's half the battle. So I want to take your brain and put astronaut. But I mean, like, what can I say about your brain when you're wearing something ridiculous like that? But let's say I can I can overlook the wardrobe here. We take your brain, we put you into the body of this girl, get rid of the glasses, and then we might have someone I want to hang out with. Boy, do I have high standards. It's not easy. It's not fair being me. Do you know that? Closing this out. You girls have had enough of you today. I'm gonna lower the I'm gonna lower the volume next time I watch another whatever clip. I'm gonna lower the volume of the already lowered volume, and I'm gonna make it even seem secondhand here as I serve up Brian the Week's media that it is like even less of a good argument that you are making. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling about it. Yeah. So these last few clips, oh yes, bottom of the barrel woke chicks. That's how I said. That's how I described the women on that whatever clip. So let me open up this Tucker Carlson clip here, which I see. It's only a minute 19 seconds. And I want to. So what I want to do is I want to hide this. I will hide it. And I'll say, I'm looking at your face right now. I'm entertaining you to your face. And I'm coming over here again. And I'm coming over like this and being like, zoom. And we're going to listen to what he has. Chelsea. This is about a clip about Chelsea Handler. Never played a Tucker Carlson clip on here. There I go in the YouTube algorithm again. I'm playing a clip from a conservative news media and I'm not I'm not against it. I'm for it. I'm for Tucker in this clip. Making fun of Chelsea Handler. Just to be abundantly clear with where I stand on this. Okay, volume's good. We're going to play this. Whoa. What is that? Okay. Whoa. No. What's going on here? Now play.
Does living for yourself when it's always about you? Is that the road to joy and fulfillment, I wonder?
You know, I wonder why you called me a wise man, Tucker, because I'm actually very stupid. You see, when I was a kid, I thought I was wise. I thought I was very intelligent. I did. And you know why I thought that, Tucker? Because I had a mom who loved me, and she was always, Jesse, you're the smartest, and Jesse, you're the best.
Yes.
And then one
I
day,
get
I'm
where he's
18
going
years
with this.
old, and I got a 0.0 grade point average in college. I'm not making that up. And I realized you're not actually smart. Everything you've been told is a lie, Jesse. You're actually quite stupid, and you're going to have to
Yes.
deal with that.
Yes, dude.
That's what you see.
The point you're making is a good point. It's that when you're a little kid and all you have is people building you up, you like accomplish nothing good, and all you get is positive reinforcement for the small accomplishments, you're going to have this false sense of confidence. It's like someone going on American Idol and thinking they're an exceptional singer, but they're dreadful, okay? You don't have an accurate assessment of who you are. My cousin just got a dog named Cash, and he's like talking to me about the philosophy of how they train this dog in their house to potty train it. So you don't overly praise the animal for doing nothing. You praise the animal when they're really showing you the behavior that they want. And you do give it some negative reinforcement. You're not beating the thing. But you do have a tendency to make that animal discern between the good and the bad. And so what you have with parents who are like, everything you do is good, we can't make you feel anything bad, you're not preparing someone to overcome obstacles in the world. That's really abundantly obvious to me and a lot of other people. Like, do not coddle kids, because coddling makes them weak. It's not like you can't comfort them at the right time when they need that comforting. It takes a parent with the wisdom to recognize these things. And actually, I think I do have the wisdom to recognize these things. And I can't really say much about it anyway. Onward.
Women like Chelsea Handler, feminists like Chelsea Handler, going with now. They've been lied to by their society forever, that you could be a girl boss and you can do anything a man can do, which everyone who's ever seen a woman back up a vehicle knows that's not true. But either way, they've been told that they should do career and don't do a family or anything like that. And soon you're Chelsea Handler. Soon it's Valentine's Day, and your womb resembles a dried up tumbleweed blowing down an old western town. And your Valentine's Day date for the 10th year in a row is a 10-year-old copy of Magic Mike and a half-full bottle of Xanax, and you're trying to pretend like you're happy.
Yeah, you're trying to pretend like that's the cat's meow of an ideal life, when in actuality, if you were miserable and you were being honest, Chelsea Handler, if you even realize it, considering I think you show profound narcissistic tendencies, if you were honest about it, you would be telling women to do the right thing. Like, that's what you do if you truly gained wisdom. You would be trying to steer people away from trying to develop a life like yours. It's so shallow, honestly. I've never really been a huge fan of Chelsea Handler. I have bigger problems. I have something in my mind right now I'd like to drop, but I think it'll be too harsh. But like, seriously, I wish she were helping. She's not a good female role model. If she were, she would steer women into a happier life. That's not a happy life she has. This dude here, I don't know who the man, Jesse Kelly is his name, the Jesse Kelly Show. I've seen him around before. He's making a perfect point about her. Probably articulated anything said right here was better said by Jesse.
But you're not happy, and it's actually not her fault. She's been lied to by a country that has lost its way.
Yeah. Unequivocally, totally agree. And so here we're getting to a part of the show where it's my last video, and I'm going to be wrapping up soon. I just want to say I'm not really going to joke around during this, because this is something that's personal to me. And what am I doing here? Okay, I'm just going to bring this over so you can see it. And I'm going to go to the 7.5 minute mark on this. Where are we? Tap to unmute. Okay. 7.5 minute mark. 7.5 minute mark. Right about 7:23. That'll do. Come on, Dennis, talk to me.
Religious kids are way happier than secular kids. That's one example.
I believe that's true.
They've been given no belief actually in anything positive, like their own country. Basically, they were told this, as I've told you many times.
I'm just going to be
quiet. Your past is awful, and your future is awful. That would depress me if I were a kid.
Mm-hmm.
As an American kid, my past is just racist, hate-filled, imperialist, colonialist, white supremacist.
A lot of these words you're using, little kids don't even understand, but they're being plied with that in a lot of contexts, especially the public school system that just wants kids to hate what was in favor of something new. And I think it's based and rooted in Marxism, to be honest with you. And Marxism is just like almost indiscernible from the communism that they're really promoting, trying to bring about with it. This phony idea of fucking utopia ain't gonna happen.
And my future is death at the hands of climate change. Well, that'll do it. Add that to the no religion in their lives, no God, no religion. How about no patriotism, no love of country? That's a very big deal in a lot of young people's lives. And let's see, they were deprived of God, of country, of a past that they should be proud of, but are not allowed to be, a future that will bring them death.
I'm letting Dennis do the speaking for me here because I'm too sensational to make the point in a better way. I will add where I think I can do that, but you know what this is? On this matter here, what he's talking about, Dennis speaks for me. I agree with him, and I'm not rebutting him. I'm letting him doing the talking for me.
Oh, I forgot. And not only that, young girl, you may not even be a girl. You may be a boy. Do you realize how depressing that is? That to tell kids, maybe you're not a boy, maybe you're not a girl, you'll decide. Do you know how chaotic the consequences of that are? That is pure chaos. And it's a gigantic lie as well. But putting that aside, it is just chaos. Maybe you're a boy. When girls, my generation and my parents' generation, their parents' generation, their parents' generation, their parents' generation thought about boys, they didn't want to be one. They wanted to be with one. That's a very big difference. And that was a healthy thing for a girl to want to be, just like a boy wanted to be with a girl. Look at the songs from 50, 60, 70 years ago. You have to go 70 years probably.
That's it. He made the point I wanted him to make. Dennis Prager speaks for me, and you noticed I stepped back from that because it's meaningful to me, and I'm just not in a position to. I don't want to contribute to it. I just want to let that speak for itself. There's nothing I want to joke about in there. I feel strongly about it, and Dennis Prager speaks for me. In those full 2 minutes, there's nothing I disagree with. He's a wonderful man. There's nothing I will disparage in that man. But if you do a show called Whatever, it's just like there's something to ridicule there. The way Whatever is done, there's something criticism worthy there. It's amazing how much I admire the guys from Fresh and Fit for what they point out in the context of what they're pointing out, but there's some inherent weakness in the show Whatever that I just think is bunk. You know what I mean? So let's get going here, shall we? I can't believe an hour went by already. 53 minutes, whatever. If you like what I'm doing here, I appreciate that. And if you're willing to share or like these videos, I appreciate that. Subscribe. And I'll be back with more. I had a good one today. I wish I were prepared to go longer, but I'm not. My throat gets rancid, yelling and goofing around. After an hour of speaking, it gets tired. I'd like to break it up with those other things, but everybody, I want you to have a good weekend. Stay out of trouble. Peace be with you all. Whoops. Fuck that. Almost a perfect execution, except for what I just did right there. Damn. You know, let's come back. Let's go like this. I'm just going to keep talking for a minute. About what? I fucked that ending up. It was such a good execution, the whole show until that ending. Like, why did I press the button to stop the music instead of just putting on that last screen there? Well, I'm not perfect. Mistakes will be made. Even professional dancers screw up sometimes. Professional guitarists screw up sometimes. Professional singers screw up sometimes. They say the wrong words. That's what I just did. Watch now as it works perfectly, because I know what I did wrong. Okay? Now the real peace be with you.